What's up, guys? Back again in the garage. You probably can or can't hear me depending on the neighbor's house getting vacuumed or they're cleaning the carpets. Anyway, driving home today in the Mark 6 and picked up a nail or something, so I gotta get that changed. Let's see. Oh, I don't see it now, but either way, picked up a shard of metal. I tried to fill the tire with some air. That didn't work, so it's flat now. Here we have our damage. So hopefully it's just a shard and the plug will plug up that hole, at least for the time being, because I'd rather not have to buy a brand new tire to fix this. So let's get it fixed. Ooh. There we go. One part, two part. Lucky me. One patch left. So hopefully this works. Well, that wasn't terrible as far as the compressor goes. It was already somewhat full. So now pull the shard out and get ready to jam the patch in, or the plug. Jam the plug in, stick it out. Hopefully it seals up the hole. See if I can do this with one hand. I'm not sure what it is. Could be a piece of a wheel weight or something like that. I'm not sure. We'll see. Now let's plug it. If you never plugged a wheel before, what you do is you can buy this kit at like Walmart, AutoZone, whatever tire auto parts store you have. It comes with the 2 tools, and it comes with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plugs. As you can tell, I've used them over the years. So what you do is you take the one that has like the little serrated edges, stick it down in the hole to clean out the hole. Wish I had a way to hold this like a tripod or something. Hold on a second. Nothing works. Nothing freaking works. Alright, well, either way, you will send this down in the hole, give it a couple turns just to make sure the hole is nice and clean. Then and then I'll show you the steps what you do with the other tool to press in and pull out the plug. Now that that part's done, what you're going to do is you're going to take the hook tool, take your patch, you want to get it, squish it in there. You can see, you want to get it, press it in there. Kind of thread the needle. About there. That way when you push it in the hole and pull it out, this has an opening here that will keep the plug inside the tire, hopefully plugging the hole. Cut the excess, fill up the tire, go about your day, you fix your phone. enough. Now fill it up with air and hopefully it holds. Now you put some air in the wheel, in the tire rather, after the plug, and fill it with air. Spray it down with some soapy water just to make sure. And no bubbles means no leak. Now the one thing, I don't have a tire gauge here, so I will have to put the wheel on the car, drive across the street to Walmart, refill the tire to exactly 32 psi, and hopefully no leaks. So, tire fixed, not too long, not too bad. I think that kit only cost me like 10 bucks, which is not bad to have. Like I said, I've used all five, well now I've used all 5 plugs, and it comes in handy when you pick up a nail on near construction or things like that. It's always good to have stuff like this at the house, that way you don't have to pay the 7 bucks at a tire shop. What's going on, guys? Back again to finish off this video. Anyway, coming back, today is Thursday. I figured let me start on getting this car back to running order, because Simply Clean is in November and I don't want to be running around trying to get things done for this car in November or even October or September. So I ordered the new coolant tank. That's being made as we speak. I still need to swap out the passenger side axle because the boot is shredded and it's got grease, axle grease all over the place. Today I want to get out the rear motor mount, and I might as well do the front motor mount also. That way they'll both be brand new. I'm gonna pull both of those mounts out, support the motor by jack stands, and try and get these hockey pucks installed, do the hockey puck mod for the mounts. Eventually, headliner, A pillars, B pillars, C pillar will all be wrapped and redone. Finally get the car wet sanded and buffed, probably after a little bit of paint work though. I finally got a piece of the puzzle that I've wanted for years and years and years. I finally have it, and my plan is when I get that installed, I'm gonna have that painted and get the trunk resprayed. At least that's what I want to do. So hopefully I can get that done before Simply Clean and have the piece that I've been waiting for years and years and years finally on the car. Let me show you guys what I'm talking about. There it is, guys. There it is. A Corrado wing. There she is. In all her 90s, ahead of the game, future aero, active aero. Here I have complete motor assembly, the wiring harness, the switch, everything that I'm gonna need to install this thing and get this thing working. The only problem that I'm having is the write-ups that I've seen online. The wiring color is a little bit different, so I'll have to figure that out. I've already tested the motor at work and it works perfectly fine. Up and down, it's nice and smooth. So if anybody has any clues or any other DIYs about the Corrado wing install on a Jetta, let me know. Shoot me a link or hit me up on Instagram, send me a DM, and let me get that info and I'll look it up. I don't know. I'm on the fence of whether to not paint the faces a charcoal, kind of like a gunmetal gray. Something not too dark. A little bit darker than the silver, because I just think the silver doesn't give the wheels any pop, any character. So, I don't know. I'm just going back and forth with that idea. As far as everything else, the AC is going to be ordered soon, the full complete kit, so everything's going to be brand new. That'll be working. A Rieger lip, that's one more thing that I need ordered. I need to get a Rieger lip ordered, have that on its way, because I do have the Rieger splitter. Other than that, the car is going to be pretty much complete. I don't really have any plans for anything else. Hopefully, maybe, if the Modern Line sell, that'll free up some cash to maybe possibly invest in air ride for the car. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. Okay, So for your motor mount removal, depending on if you're using factory bolts or not, I'm using 17mm bolts. Basically what you'll need to do, it's a 17 for the top bolt there, and then you have, you have 3 13mm bolts. 1, 2, 3. And that will release the mount. That way you can get to it and pull it out, and we can do what we need to do. That's for the front. And for the rear, can't really see too well, but it's the 17 on top and 2 13mm bolts, or nuts rather, on the top that you need to take out. Then the mount will just slide out. So let's get those out. Now, as you can see, I got the mount out, and as you can see, there's a lot of the insert just crumbled up as I took it apart. This is old and messed up. Now, I never changed the mounts on this car since I've had it. I've owned this car for about 5, 6 years, something like that. I've never changed the mount. This is the bottom piece, the part that goes on the bottom. It doesn't seem too bad, but it's probably gonna get changed anyway. And here is the rest of the mount. It's just gotten crushed and it's destroyed pretty much. So what I'm gonna do is replace all this with more of these guys, hockey pucks. As you can see, the diameter is the same. So it'll just fit in here after I drill the holes. Put in the hockey pucks, put it back in. That's the easy one. Now to get the back one out. Well, I got the mount out completely, and a little of these marks are from the screwdriver trying to get it loose off of the housing, but as you can see, it kind of mushroomed at the top for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe it started to collapse or something, but yep. I think these are BFI yellows. I'm not sure if they're from BFI, but either way, these are toast. Especially since this should have just looked like a taller version of this. So we're gonna use these and see how these work. Can't wait. Alright, made it back. Had to make a Home Depot run for a, what do they call this thing? I don't know. Speedwave paddle bit. This is gonna cut the holes nice and big, nice and fast, without using a hole saw or a drill. If your drill doesn't have the chuck big enough for a big enough drill bit. So put that in the drill some holes, and get the front motor mount reinstalled today. I still have to take out the rear mount and see if I can get it disassembled. Alright, first hole drilled and first puck installed. 2 more pucks for the top side, 1 for the lower section, and that's it. This mount is done. Look at the aftermath. There you go. 3 pucks. Brand new mount. This will sit in, the cover will go over it, and then the lower portion, I think I'll put back the BFI one because it still looks to be pretty good. It has a little bit of flex. I don't know. I think I'll reuse it for now. Worst case, the bolt comes out and you swap it with another puck and it's a fast change. So let me do that now. Got the rear mount out, well, the passenger side one, and you can already see that it's just completely collapsed. This, I'm gonna probably need 2 hands to get this open. Let's see if I can. Because that should be a decent angle. Let's see if I can peel this back. Get a closer look. You can tell that's trash. I don't know how long these BFI mounts are supposed to last. Like I said, I didn't put them in the car. I bought the car with them in there. I've had the car now maybe 5 years or so, I want to say. Maybe 6. And I don't know how long they were replaced before that, but this is totally collapsed. This right here, I don't even know what to say about this. At least the OEM ones just crushed down. This thing like melted, and I'd have no idea. I'm gonna try and get this apart and see what it looks like on the inside. So, got the middle part out, and this is what was caked around the outside of the mount. Nice and flat. All I can think of is the mount melted and just turned into some form of soup, because look at that. That's in there all the way around, like fused to it. This is probably going to be a big pain to get this out of here. But the only thing I can think of is that the mount maybe just melted, and there we go. Alright, so this is what's left of the mount that was inside, minus this damage here where I have to use a screwdriver to pry it out. I don't know if these mounts are supposed to melt and ooze through the bottom. The 2 bottom sections looked okay, so I'll reuse this and then use the hockey pucks on top. I don't know if it's a heat issue or if it's just a heat and pressure issue over time, but I don't know. They just disintegrated or fell apart. They failed, as far as I can tell. So let's get the pucks back in and get everything installed. All right, got the rear mount back together, feeling solid. Time to stick it back in there. Front mount's there, it has a spacer on. I'm gonna use, anyway, I'll look for it. I have another motor mount spacer and I'm gonna use 1 inch to raise the motor up to get some ground clearance. Oh, that's not the one. I don't know, I'll look for it. Anyway, I think it was a hockey puck that I had. Either way, I'll use that, raise it back up, get the front motor mount back in, use that lower insert for the front motor mount, bolt up the cover plate, and we'll be done with the motor mounts. Well, that is gonna be it for today. That's it. Once that's done, I'm gonna start putting the front end back together, the car back together, the bumper and stuff. And then when the coolant tank gets here, it just gets put in its OG spot. And then she'll be back on the road for now. At least I'll be able to drive her and move her around and stuff, because I'd like to move her out for next week when we do the coilover install on the Mark 6. So if you like the channel, like the content, shoot me a like, subscribe, let your friends know, share it. Got some projects going, got some things going on with these cars, so trying to get them ready for Simply Clean. Hopefully everything comes according to plan. That way everything works out perfectly. At least that's what I hope. So I'll see you guys next video. Peace.